The Mathematical Association of America provides data on old AMC test performance at this URL. So let's take a look. Here's the website. There's a drop-down menu to choose a contest, and there's a bunch of demographic reports. For more information about the reports, you can click on that link. But my favorite report is the default one, the score distribution. Here we get a really nice histogram of scores from the AMC 12A that year. Let's take a closer look. This top 5% score is what you need to get to earn a qualification to take the AMY. In 2013, for this exam, that score was 88.5. The AMC score is calculated as 6 times the number correct plus 1.5 points for each problem left blank. Wrong answers give you no points. So for example, a score of 88.5 can be earned by answering 12 problems correctly, leaving all but 2 of them blank to get those 1.5 points for each one. The test has only 25 questions, so you only need to answer about half of them to get an AMY qualification. You might notice in this histogram, there are some interesting spikes among the students who don't score as well. I think what these students are doing is, as they're running out of time, they're filling in their Scantron sheet for the problems they couldn't solve with random answers. They're turning blank answers into wrong ones and taking away points from their score. We don't see this behavior with the students who do well on the AMC. Returning to the website, we have score reports for different demographics, gender, and grade. You can even pick a country, but the report I like the best is this item difficulty. Let's take a closer look. Here's a table from a few years ago. Each row is a different problem on the AMC. These A through E columns are the multiple choice options, and inside the cells are the percent of students who selected each answer option. So for example, for the first question, 89% of the students taking the AMC correctly selected answer choice D. Over here in this last column are problems that were unreadable by the Scantron. We know that the earlier problems on the exam are easier, so we're getting a lot of students answering these problems correctly. We have a bit of a dip here for problem number 7. And another thing we notice in problem number 9, we get about 20% of the students answering this problem correctly, but a higher percentage of students actually selected the wrong answer. Let's take a closer look at problem number 9. This is a handshake problem. Here's the right answer, and here is a more popular wrong answer. You might know that to solve handshake problems, we often overcount and then correct for the overcounting by dividing by 2 for each person who participates in the handshake. It looks like a lot of students forgot to do this last step. It's also fun to analyze the item difficulty at the end of the exam. Again, we have the problem number and our multiple choice options. This is the percent of students who skipped that problem. If you scan the entire exam, you'll notice that this is the lowest percentage of students who answered a problem correctly for any problem on the exam. Let's take a look at problem number 21. Here's the correct answer. This is a domain problem. I didn't find this to be very difficult, but domain analysis is not commonly taught in the regular schools, so maybe a lot of students skipped this one. Only 3% of students answered the last problem, but 3 times as many students opted for an incorrect answer. Let's take a look at problem 25. This was a really challenging geometry problem. The correct answer was an 80-degree angle. I wonder if many students saw this and thought we would get a maximum area at the maximum angle measure. In any case, if they weren't 100% sure, they were probably better off skipping this problem. The website has a bunch more interesting demographic reports for the AMC, AMY, and the AMC 8. You can find that link again in the video description. If you have any other questions about math contests, please leave them in the comments.